Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. I want to take this opportunity to be able to thank all our viewers that have followed us on this channel right from the time we started here on our channel, and they are still with us. So guys, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please hit that subscribe button so that you'll never miss a video when we upload new content. So guys, today I'll be taking you through rabbit housing on the farm. So rabbit housing on the farm is one of the most important things that you should have on the farm, and this will determine how successful your farm can be. Remember, for you to be able to rear these animals, you have to create a comfortable environment for them to be able to live. And one of the things you're going to do is you're going to put up good structures on the farm to be able to house these animals on the farm. So guys, today we shall be covering everything you need to know about housing options. So guys, from setup to maintenance and the best practices that you can apply to be able to provide these to your animals on the farm. So guys, whether you are just starting out or you're looking to improve your rabbitary or your housing structures on your farm, guys, this video is filled with knowledge and experience, and you'll be able to pick one or two things from this video. So please make sure that you watch it from start to end. So guys, here we are going to be exploring the colonies. That is one of the types of housing that you can apply for the farm. This is specifically for rabbits. Then we shall also be looking at the hutches and the cages. So we are going to be highlighting the benefits of these options if you choose one of them, and how you can be able to apply it on your farm effectively and comfortably. So guys, let's get started. So guys, as I already said, proper housing is very critical for any rabbit farming success. So guys, proper housing will ensure that your rabbits are safe, they are healthy, they are comfortable, and of course this will translate into high productivity of your rabbits on the farm. So guys, as we have already said, we are going to be looking at different kinds of options that you can be able to choose and implement on your farm, and this will be colonies. Then we shall look at the hatches and the cages. Now each of these has its unique features and requirements, so make sure that you go through all of them, then you will be able to select the best option that can be able to work for you on your farm. So guys, now let us first look at the rabbit colonies. Now rabbit colonies are increasingly popular housing method for these rabbits, and this offers a more natural environment to the rabbits. So you're going to be creating this natural environment for your rabbits on the farm. So in a colony setup, rabbits will live together. So these rabbits live together in large spaces, just mimicking the natural social structures that you can have in a natural environment. So when it comes to the setup of these colonies can be indoors, they can also be outdoors. So you choose which is suitable for you, and also they require careful planning. This is where you're going to pay a lot of attention to this. So the space you put these colonies must be secure first, then it should be spacious. Should be a very big space, because colonies are not suitable for a confined space, because what this is going to cause is that it is going to promote the natural behaviors of these rabbits so that it feels as if they are living within the natural environment. So now guys, when you're setting up these colonies, the first step you're going to look at is choosing the right location. Make sure that you have chosen the right location around your home or on your farm to be able to put this, and you should ensure that this location you have chosen is predator proof. So make sure that it is very hard for these predators to be able to get to your animals. Then make sure that it is also well ventilated to ensure that there is free flow of air in and out. Then also the area should have some sort of shade or protection from extreme weather condition. So you should have a roof on it so that rain cannot just pour into that structure, and also it can be able to protect your animals or your rabbits from extreme sunshine or any other weather condition that may harm your rabbits or animals. So now guys, make sure that you use a steady facing to enclose the area. So make sure that that area is enclosed very well. Use a steady face. Make sure that the face is steady and strong enough. Now if you're going to, let me say, put apples, then put a wire mesh around it, make sure that these poles are at least 12-inch underground to prevent the rabbits from digging them out from the ground, and this can also allow now predators to be able to come in. Also, these predators can come and try to dig them out, so make sure that these poles are 12 feet at least underground. Then also, to make this environment natural enough, make sure that you add in some, let me say, tunnels, hideout places, some toys to keep these rabbits engaged and stimulated and to create that natural environment within the area. Then when it comes to feeding and water intake for these rabbits, make sure that you use different stations. Do not just place one station in a structure or in that setting, and that is where every animal will come, maybe to take water or to get feeds. Make sure that you create different feeding stations or water taking stations. This will help you prevent competition for these rabbits when they are coming to take water or to take these feeds. And also it will ensure that all the rabbits within that structure have access to water or feeds, because you have a lot of stations where these rabbits can come and take water or take the feeds. But make sure that you are keeping proper hygiene for these items within the structure. Let me say, if they are feeding bowels, you're cleaning them all the time, and make sure that they are heavy enough so that these rabbits cannot pour the feeds. If it is where they take water from, make sure that the place or the containers are very clean to help prevent these common diseases that can come from poor hygiene. So guys, if you wanna go for rabbit colonies, make sure that you have put in place these things we have talked about. Rabbit colonies are going to give you that natural setup of a farm where you're leaving these rabbits to live within a natural setup. And make sure that you take all these things we have talked about into consideration when you're setting up this housing option. So now guys, we are going to go to the hutches. So hutches are traditionally outdoor housing units. So hutches, in most cases, they are going to be outdoor. They are not inside. So hutches, in most cases, they are loved by farmers that are dealing in small to medium scale rabbit farming. So in most cases, hutches are not suitable for people that are doing extensive rabbit farming with a lot of rabbits on the farm. So when you're selecting this option, what you're going to consider most is the size, the material, and the design of these hutches. Now, a good hutch should be spacious enough for your rabbits to be able to move around comfortably. So don't make tiny hutches. This is going to cause you problems. So there are different types of material that you can use to be able to build these hutches, but in most cases, wood is used to build these hutches. Now, wooden hutches offer excellent insulation, because remember, wood is a poor conductor of heat, so these hutches will not become so hot on a hot day. But the only drawback when it comes to wooden hutches is that they require regular maintenance, because if you do not maintain them regularly, so they are going to rot. Then also they are going to house pests, and these can bring diseases to your rabbits. So if you're using the wooden hutches, make sure that you're cleaning them all the time. Then often a wire mesh is used for ventilation, but when you're considering the type of wire mesh, make sure that it is steady enough. It is this strong wire mesh. Then also it has no sharp edges. If you use a wire mesh with sharp edges, this can cause harm to your rabbits. So put this in mind when you're choosing a wire mesh to use on these hutches. Then guys, as any other housing option or housing structure, when you're setting up a hutch, make sure that you position it in a very good area which has a shade over it. Make sure that it is well ventilated. This is where now the wire mesh can come in. Also make sure that you raise the hutch over the ground. This will provide extra protection from these predators that will not come and prey on your animal. So make sure that you have given it a good height off the ground and the hutch is up in the space. So guys, make sure that you equip your hutches with essential features on the farm, like now the nesting box. This is for these rabbits that are close to giving birth. Make sure that you have put a nesting box within the hutch where the rabbit will be able to give birth. Also make sure that there is a water location, a water system that is providing your rabbits within these cages clean and safe water. Make sure you have feeding trays or bowls in the hutch where the rabbits will be able to eat their feeds from, but make sure that these bowls or these feeding equipments are heavy enough to prevent these rabbits from pouring the feeds. So guys, the other option you can look at is the rabbit cages. Now rabbit cages are typically used for indoor housing, or else you can call it they are used in a more controlled environment. So these ones are ideal for breeders or farmers with a limited outdoor space. So these cages will come in various sizes and designs, but make sure that when you're making these cages, they have more room for the rabbits to be able to move around and comfortably within the cage, and do not overcrowd them with rabbits. Make sure that a cage houses at least 1 to 2 or 3 rabbits maximum. Now the wire cages or the wire mesh cages are common because it is easy to clean them and they have good ventilation. That's why when you go on most farms, even here on our farm, you will find these cages with a wire mesh. Why? Because these are self-cleaning cages, in that the rabbit droppings will just fall through, and also the rabbit urine can still fall through the wire mesh. So that's why they are so popular. So now for these cages, make sure that you have provided beddings to these rabbits, and make sure that you use absorbent beddings. Absorbent beddings will help absorb the moisture within these cages. Then the other very important aspect of this cage, make sure that the cage is escape proof, in that your rabbits cannot easily get out of these cages. So make sure that a cage has a door which has a lock on it. You can easily close it to prevent these rabbits from just moving out at any time. Also, this will also prevent the predators from coming into your cage and preying on your rabbits. So guys, when it comes to the living environment of rabbits, maintaining the right environment is very crucial for the health of the rabbit, regardless of any type of housing option that you use. Does not matter whether you're using cages, hutches, or colonies. The living environment of the rabbits is very important. So make sure that you monitor the temperature, the humidity levels of these living areas. In most cases, rabbits will thrive in temperatures between 50 degrees Fahrenheit to around 70 degrees Fahrenheit. So too hot or too cold temperatures or living environment can stress the rabbits a lot, and this will affect their health and their productivity. So make sure that you have mechanisms to be able to counter these situations if they do happen. For coldness, you can install heaters in your structures to be able to provide that warmth if it is maybe a winter season. And for too much heat, you can ensure that there is proper ventilation within your structures, in that the air will come in and out and take away this much heat that might be within the structure. Then guys, also you will have to make sure that you're regularly cleaning these cages, these hutches, these colonies. Remember, regular cleaning and maintenance are essential to keeping your rabbits in good condition. So if you're not regularly cleaning where your rabbits are living, it is going to make these rabbits prone to a lot of diseases, and this will cause you a lot of challenges on your farm. So make sure that you're regularly cleaning where your rabbits live. Remove the soiled beddings if you're using beddings. Clean the wastes and uneaten food from these living areas of your rabbits, as this will also help you in keeping away some parasites from these living areas for your rabbits. So now guys, remember, breeding rabbits have specific housing needs. So if you're having your rabbits that are going to give birth, their housing needs are different from your young rabbits and from your rabbits that are not going to give birth soon. So make sure that you have prepared for this. So you separate the breeding cages. This will also help you in controlling the mating for your rabbits. If your rabbit cages are separated, then after these rabbits have met, you can bring them back to where other rabbits are living. Then for the other case, for the rabbits that are going to give birth, remember, as we have already said, you have to provide a nesting box within their cage or hutch. Now remember, when the kids or the young rabbits are born, they are going to stay within that nesting box. So you should make sure that the nesting box is clean, dry and safe before putting it within that cage for the rabbit to be able to give birth in. So guys, when you're choosing a cage or a hutch or a colony system, make sure that you consider the size, the material and the design of this. So guys, size is very critical when it comes to rabbit housing. A single rabbit needs at least 2 square feet of space to be able to move around and exercise. But if you have more space, it is even better, especially if you have a lot of rabbits within the same cage. Then material is also very important. As I've already told you, the wire mesh is popular because it is easy to clean and it allows for good ventilation. However, guys, make sure that the wire mesh is steady. It has no sharp edges like I've told you, to be able to cause injuries to your rabbits. Wooden hutches offer better insulation because wood is a poor conductor of heat, but these require more maintenance to avoid the wood getting rotten because of moisture, and also this wood can house pests which can also cause you an issue on the farm. For the plastic cages, they are light and they are easy to clean, but also they have to be durable enough to withstand the rabbits from damaging them, as these rabbits tend to chew on these cages. Now guys, when you have chosen one of these, let me say the cage system, the colony system or the hatch system, you are going to look at the flooring of these cages. Most farmers use the wire mesh down on the floor, but you should be extremely careful with this as it can hurt your rabbits. For the outdoor hatches, you should ensure that the floor is raised off the ground. This will help in preventing the predators from gaining access to your rabbits or animal, but also the floods cannot flood into your hatches. So make sure that you raise them off the ground, and you should raise them at a good height. They should not be so close to the ground as the predators can easily reach them if they are so close to the ground. Then the other thing you should always do is you should always check for and repair any damages to your housing structure. This is very crucial as some farmers do not repair or check for these housing damages. You can find that your cage has a hole and your rabbits can use this hole to come out of the cage. So make sure that you are regularly checking your cages or your hatches or colonies for any damages and repairing them. Now look out for broken wires, sharp edges or any structural weakness on your cages, hatches or colonies, and then be able to fix it. This will ensure the safety of your rabbits, and it will also prolong the life of these structures. So guys, before we wrap this up, here are some of the final tips and best practices that you can be able to implement on your farm for your rabbits to be able to thrive. So guys, the first is that you should always prioritize the comfort and safety of your rabbits. So make sure that your rabbits are safe on the farm and they are comfortably living on the farm. Then you should regularly update and adapt your housing setup based on your rabbit's need and growth. So if your rabbit is going to give birth, make sure that you place it in a cage with a nesting box. That is what we mean by adapting your housing structures to the needs of your rabbits. So guys, also one important thing is you should stay informed. Connect with other rabbit farmers, other experienced farmers, as you can get insight or knowledge from them. So guys, I can tell you this, with proper care and attention to the housing needs of your rabbits will be able to thrive, and this will ensure a successful and rewarding farming experience to you as the farm owner. So guys, thank you for watching our video. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more informative videos. And guys, if you have any other topic that you would love us to cover, please leave it in the comment section below and we shall be able to cover it here on the channel. And also, if you have any other question that you would want to ask us, please leave it within our comment section below and we shall be able to answer it. And guys, as always, I'll see you in the next video.